Hi guys, this is Rohit again in front of you. I speak a lot, I know, but this time I observed something and I think I learned a lot from that, and it is nothing but our very, very favorite cricket, right? So, what I would like to just ask you guys, and I think it's not an ask, basically, it's a response from every Indian, is that cricket is our first love, always, right? It would always be. It cannot be replaced, right? So with that thought, what am I going to bring in front of you today? So I would be discussing about India versus Australia tour and the historical GABA test in Brisbane. So what about that? In that, that was the last match, but it was not the only one which we would remember. However, it's the entire series. So I would like to just give you few important points on what you can learn from the India versus Australia test series. So the first one is 36 all out, right? India was 36 all out, and we and every Indian possibly have trolled India and the team in all social media platforms. And we also did not refrain ourselves from pulling the legs of the newcomers in the Indian team, the debutants, because Kohli was leaving, and it was an opportunity for new people to also be part of it. Ishant was not well. Shami was not there. Bumrah was there, but again was having some kind of injury. So what we learned from this first point is that 36 all out, there would be times when you would feel very low. You would feel like you are a failure, right? And you may have done worst on something where you are quite good at. And it can happen even if you are an expert. You would not always deliver the best. And that's okay. Oh, admit your mistakes, learn from it. And then once you come back, you would come very high on motivation and with 100% effort on that whatever mistakes that you did, whatever things that you had taken for granted in the earlier approach, you should not repeat it now. So rise high. The second point that I would like to bring in is that Virat Kohli, right, everyone's favorite, mine as well. But the thing is, this series made us realize that Virat Kohli, when he was not around for the remaining three test matches, India did very, very well, isn't it? But is it like we do not need him anymore? No, this is not the message. But the message is, even if you are the best in your field, there is always a replacement available. So just remember that. Do not be overconfident. Virat Kohli is not. I'm just telling you, when you link it into your corporate life or in your businesses, that you are the one who may have thought only about something, but no one has ever. If you find out in Google, there are people who have already started doing it, right? So you need to remember that even if you are the best, there is always replacement available. Keep doing your best. That's it. Nothing else. Third and very important point again is relevant to what was lost by Kohli and what was gained by Rahane, right? So Ajinkya Rahane got an opportunity to serve the team as a captain. And this third point proves us that when opportunities come knocking, you should just take it wholeheartedly. Okay? Just take it, because it won't come to you very early again, right? So just take it, do your best so that make your mark. This guy was there, and this guy has just made the best of the opportunity, and that's what the spectators and the commentators and everyone in the world were saying about Rahane. So Ajinkya did very well when he took the responsibility of captain. The style was totally different from Kohli. Kohli is kind of very aggressive. Ajinkya Rahane was very calm, a kind of a very, very good leadership quality shown by him. And we have got our next level captain and someone whom we can rely on. So this was the third point. Fourth one is coming to my initial point about debutants. So debutants, are the ones who actually made history there. So no one may have ever thought that the people who have just played one match, or are debuting in their first test match, would do so well. They were exceptional. So it was their own trust and the faith of the management on them to let them play and perform in such conditions where people just scatter, right? So it was Australia. The pitches were bouncy, and I think they just molded themselves into their best while they were performing. So everyone was like so keen to do everything for the country, and that was totally uh, you know um, the reflection from the Indian team. Fourth one is something, I would say I did not like that person, but now he has made me also like him, Rishabh Pant. And why I'm specifically mentioning his name here as fifth point is because there are times again, when you're not doing that well, and you are kind of always pulled that you are not the best wicketkeeper batsman. You need to upskill yourself compared with the other best like Mahendra Singh Dhoni. A lack of experience, immaturity, all these tags were coming along to our Rishabh Pant. But what he did and what he proved there in this India versus Australia series is exceptional. I have started loving him. He is now a key player whose batting I would love to watch. And he is very fearless. I think that was the faith in the management for him, that you just go there, perform the way you are, play your natural game, and then you would do your best. And that's what he did. He had a blast, right? Sixth one is again the wall. So it's not Rahul Dravid, but for us at this moment in Test series, it's Chiteshwar Pujara. Chiteshwar Pujara, maybe some people would say he played very slow. We would have won the third, I think, test as well if he would have played fast and all. But the thing is, there has to be patience and perseverance, right? So that is what he had shown. He was holding the fort from the other end all the time, and he was just trying to defend as much as possible to save the test, and also to the win the test. The last in recent England series, he is getting out um, in an unlucky manner, but I think he is doing his best. So patience is something that everyone should improve on. More patience is not gonna harm, but lack of patience is certainly gonna harm. And I am someone who is quite lack on patience, and I'm learning from this. So this is nothing but all my learnings, what I've learned from the India versus Australia Test series. Then I would talk about Australia. Now it is all about India, right? So Australia, I would very quickly wrap it up because it's getting way beyond the time. So with Australia, um, I would have a message that in terms of Australia, if I am Australia, then I should never underestimate my opponents. That is the message that I would have. Probably they may not have underestimated, but it is very obvious that they were experienced bowlers. They were having so many wickets in total against India, which were not even uh, crossing 20 or 50, I guess, right? So less wickets in total by the India Pacers versus so much by the Australia was probably one of the thing they may have thought that okay, India is not gonna do that well, but they just kicked that, and then Australia was like astonished towards the end that I mean they were shocked, like how we lost. I mean it was quite impossible for them to digest. uh, the last one is consistency. So consistency in the sense that something that has happened once would not always repeat for you. You need to keep that effort the way you did that time, and probably the more, because people have learned about you during that time. So you need to always keep up the effort, bring up your best, be consistent, be energetic. Okay, do not be dull, because energy is always welcome by everyone. So be consistent, and India would have to also do that. We have seen that in the first match, England won, but in the second one, India won. So that's the game. That's okay. But what I'm trying to do here is to extract the maximum possible learnings from this game, and what better than India versus Australia. So guys, if you think there are some other points which I may have missed, certainly you may have other perception. Please write it in the comment box, and please subscribe so that I can bring up more videos like this in future. And I'm planning to build up a series on soft skill development, and would be like, would be bringing it for you all, for on the tips on the important soft skills which would help you in job and businesses. So I am wrapping up now, and see you. Bye bye. Thank you very much.